Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Diana with the Paper Pineapple. I'm so glad that you're here. Today I'm going to be working on week 9 in my Project Live 2022 album. I've already selected and pre-printed my photos, and so I'm just going to arrange them in the protector how I believe I want them. Usually I don't commit until once I've figured out where I'm going to put my cards and all of that good stuff. I'm going to be using PinkFresh Studio Keeping It Real. These are some cut-aparts and cards that came with that collection. And so I'm just going through them, sorting them, picking which ones I'm thinking of putting in my layout. Some of these are really good, but it's kind of hard to make these work in your pockets because, as you can see, I have 9 3x4s, and so a lot of these are just like little squares, and so it doesn't cover all of the pocket. So because I did pick out 2 pictures, I believe, and 2x2s or maybe 3x3s. I can't remember exactly what measurements those pictures are, but I do want to add some of these cute little florals. I like the washi tape on the bottom right hand corner, so I'll have to figure out how I'm going to use those, but I do want to incorporate those. And so I decided that I wanted to take out these puffy stickers, Hello Dreamer from American Crafts. I think they're really cute. They're like emoji looking, perfect for documenting the kiddos, and I think it gives it a cute flair. And then these are some Heidi Swap stamps. I'm not sure what the name of these are, but I do think that I use them to embellish some cards. I decided that I wanted to sew, so inspired for those who use sewing in their projects. I am not a sewer, so I'm still learning, so I still have a lot of wonky stitches, but I managed just to sew around it. I know it's not perfect, but it gives it a handmade look, so hopefully I'll get better as I get more practice with it. And then I do decide to put stitching around that purple card that says "You make my heart flutter." My sewing machine ran out of pink thread, so I had to re-thread and put more thread in a bobbin, and I switched it up to white. I do wish I would have made the stitches a little bit bigger. I'll have to adjust that later. And then I'm going to be using some stamps. I take out my Misty and the stamping platform, and I decide that I want to use these Kellie Purkey's stamps. I believe it is called, what is it called? Stamp Adventures. Or no, it's called Kellie's Daily Life. Sorry. It's just a little tidbit on the top. But it is Kellie's Daily Life. And I decided that I wanted to use the one with the little arrow. And I do use some Martha Stewart inks. I like they're really chalky and rich in color. And I used that in Ocean. And then I decided that I wanted to put some writing inside, and it says you have got to be kidding me, and that is also from the same stamp set. And then I just fussy cut this out to add onto my picture. I already know that I want to put this on the picture where I have my 3 kids. My husband decided to treat my children, and they all got brand new bikes, and you have no idea how expensive that was, but that was a nice treat for the kids. The kids have gotten, they all got straight A's, and Eli has been doing really good reading, and so they've been really good, gotten awards, and high honor rolls. And so my husband decided that they are worthy of these bikes, so they all 3 got brand new bikes. So they went out for a stroll, and so yeah, I wanted to document that. And then I went ahead and decided that I wanted to add this picture of my girls. This was on Sunday when they had participated in nationals in Anaheim, and I decided to do this picture black and white. I just wanted to make it look a little, I don't know, just give it that nostalgia feel kind of. And then I just used one of Tim Holtz Small Talk stickers, and I believe it says embrace the journey. And so this other picture here is a picture of my son losing his last tooth, so he will be ready to get braces soon. And he was feeling relieved and kind of scared because he's like, oh no, now I'm going to get braces. Ah! But we are excited for him. And the tooth fairy brought him $20 because it was his last tooth. No more. Now we have Eli. Eli has already started. He's got his first loose tooth. And so the tooth fairy will now continue with little Eli. So this other picture here, at our school, they have a young authors fair, and so what our school does is they invite local authors to our school, and they read their children's books to our kids, and they invite all the schools in our school district, and it's a major thing. They do it annually. It's so fun. The kids get to enjoy to meet an author. They get to purchase their books and t-shirts, and this time around they invited Jessica Collection, and she wrote the book First Notes of Spring, and there's these two other books that she wrote. I cannot remember the top of my head, but this day was important because Eli was picked to participate at the front of the school, and so he got to lead the whole school in a band. It was so cool. Each row had to do a specific sound, and so he was so proud. He was up there with his big buddy, and it was such a memorable moment for him. So I knew I wanted to put that in my layout. I decided I wanted another tag, and so I did use, or a label, I should say, and I used one of Kellie Winnell's stamps love labels. Those are like, I love those things. I use them over and over, and I can put them in any color I like. And so I decided I wanted to go for Leaf Bud Green of the Martha Stewart collections of stamps. Now these stamps are super old. I don't even think that they sell them anymore. Well, at least I have not seen them. But I really like the colors. They're really rich and colorful, and so I decided I'm going to use a green to tie in with the green in the cards that we have here. And so I fussy cut that out and decided to journal about Uriah's last loose tooth. And I just stick it on there and decide to journal. And cut that off and so that it fits in the pocket, and I decide to just do a quick journaling. This time around I was not feeling going on the computer and typing everything out. Sometimes I just have days where I'm okay with just using my writing. It's not the best, but it's a piece of me in those pages. So I decide just to leave it as is. I know, I just feels it looks a lot cleaner when you type up everything. It looks really nice and crisp. But on days where I was just wanting to get this down, I have to catch up. I need to do week 10. I'm just wanting to catch up, and so I decide to just leave it as is. So I'm okay with that. So for this card here, I felt like it needed something else. So I brought out some of my pearl white or sequins, and I decided that I just wanted to put a little bit on the sides, and I feel like that makes it look a little prettier, gives it a little bit more interest. And I let that dry and put that aside. So the one card that gave me trouble was this last card here. I knew I wanted to add this little cut apart, and it looked really cute and dainty. So I just got just a filler card that I had lying around here, and I thought that those colors meshed well with that. And I decided that I wanted to tuck this little picture in somehow, but I didn't want to hide the florals because I really like the florals on that little cut apart. So I decided, well, maybe if I maybe use my X-Acto knife and cut a slit into it, I could just slide my picture in, and I was thinking diagonally it would fit, but it did not. I was like, okay, well, I'll cut a little bit further, and then it was covering Nikki's face, and I didn't want that. And then Blossom was on the edge, and I didn't want to, you know, have to cut the side for it to fit in it. So I was like, this is not going to work. So I decided I was going to cut the slit on the bottom, and decided that that would be the best way to incorporate this little picture. And I still get the floral on the side, and I still get to use the card. So sometimes, you know, you just play with it and see what makes what, you know, whatever you can to make whatever you want come to life, because you have a vision in your head that you want to do a certain thing and it just doesn't play out. But it's okay, you can just experiment, and you can't see the little slit that I made before, so it's totally fine. I decide I'm going to leave it as is. I take out my rolling date stamp and stamp the date at the top, and then I do some journaling at the bottom here. It was a super fun night. We had a girls' night in, and we had enchiladas and rice and some yummy salsa and chips. It was so yummy, and it was so much fun hanging out with my girlfriends and just talking about makeup. Nikki loves makeup, and she was showing us like color theory and all that good stuff, and so it was really fun. We learned a lot, we socialized and had yummy food and enjoyed her company. So that is it. I call this good. So I hope you guys like this video. If you guys like what you see, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.